Jukebox shirts and hoodies coming soon to a corner store near you.
Even when you do like small little conversations with people, but you consistently go to that shit builds up.
Yeah.
Build a rapport with that person. You feel me? That shit counts. Little shit like that.
Relationships and resources.
Matters. Yeah, y'all can check out season 1. That was probably our first episode.
That was our first episode.
That was a great one.
So, that's the foundation. Relationships and resources. Go back. Check it out.
About everything we've been talking about.
See where we started.
See our beginning. Alright. On this earth. So, what question you want to do first?
First one.
First one? What's the question?
What's your greatest weakness?
Alright, want me to go first? Want me to say mine? Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, my greatest weakness. So, is my lack of patience. So I'm such a, and I think, and it doesn't help that I'm also an impulsive person. So like I'm just in a moment, or like I might get an idea and then I'm not stopping until I get that idea done. Like I gotta like somehow, or not get it done, but I have it in motion to some sense. Like I started something, like, so it's a strength of mine, because I'm always looking for something to do, or I'm always getting something done, rather. I'm always getting shit done, and I'm always progressing. But like I just said, it's a weakness because I'm always looking for something to do, or always feeling like empty, or feeling like I ain't doing enough, or I ain't did nothing at all. Or there's days where like I ain't doing, or I'm just chilling and I feel like, damn, I ain't do shit, or you feel me? So even if it's like I might chill in the crib all day, but I might be like working on the computer and coming up with little design ideas for clothing, or I'm working on the computer and I'm just coming up with ideas for the pod, or finding little things online to order that I think would, little additions that we need as a podcast, because we don't have all the equipment and shit like that. So it'd be little stuff like that, like I'm always in my head. Count. Yeah, and that's what I always gotta remember, is the small steps count. But my lack of patience is just, but having cash is helping, definitely, for surely, like helping with my patience and making me realize like it takes time for things to grow. Like,
that's true. So I'll say my greatest weakness would be my overthinking. Just because I was like overthink on a situation, and I don't think in my mind a whole scenario of something of what I think it is, that, but it's not really that. But I just overthink about it to the point where I got this whole different perspective. That's why I be having to keep people around me who could tell me about myself, and like, make sure I see real life, because I'm a Pisces too, so we be living in this like dream world. So I'll say that's my greatest weakness, but I'm working on it.
You feel like you overthink yourself out of opportunities, to a sense?
Looking back, I'll be like, yeah.
Like you missed a few opportunities just because you was so stuck in your head?
I fumbled a couple, you know what I mean? Like, I fumbled.
Yeah, but so how did you take that though? Like,
can't cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, you can't cry over it, but you can like process it and understand like why you was overthinking. Like, why was you overthinking in the first place? So now you got to get to the core of like people, not you, but just overthinkers in general. Because I'm an overthinker. You got to get to the core of like, why am I even overthinking in the first place, bro, like, in this situation? Like, what caused me to, what triggered me to overthink in this situation?
Just in my reflecting and looking back on it, in situations where I would overthink, or situations where I feel like I fumbled the situation, I really got to see and realize like how much my anxiety was like hindering my quality of life. And I really, like, it'd be situations like, really, it wasn't a bad situation, nothing went wrong, but ain't go how I ain't played my cards right for real. Like, I could have really, you know what I mean? I could have had the touchdown except the field goal.
But you said you had to settle for the field goal.
Yeah.
But you could have went for it all and got that touchdown.
So, well, you live and you learn.
Yeah. What's the next question? Forget what's the next one.
Are you holding on to something you need to let go of?
Whew. That's a heavy question.
It seems like you're holding on to something that you need to let go of.
Oh, that's a heavy question. Yeah. Yeah, I would say I'm definitely holding on to something I need to let go of. And I think that would be like a years long journey and just process of, I think let go. That's deep because when you think I'm thinking because let go, you could think of it and see it in so many different aspects. Like let go, as in, did I move on? Did I forgive? Do I understand? Like which route, which way are we going with that question? So, like, do I care? It's like I would say I'm at the point where yes, it still impacts me and who I am, and I still question things or I still like wonder why. But I'm also at the point where it's like, fuck it, like fuck it, fuck them, and just move on about my life that way. But there'd be little moments or little triggers, and then all the shit will come back, and then I'll realize, like, damn, I ain't really let this shit go how I thought I let this shit go. I just pushed this shit in the back of my mind.
That's how it be.
Yeah. Until something hits you, you like, yup, you ain't know where this shit got, nigga. So, I would say, yeah. What about you?
I'll say, I've been in the process of learning how to let things go. And it started with getting rid of old clothes that I couldn't fit anymore. And I feel like,
You was a hoarder?
No.
So old clothes, how old? Talking like from high school?
Yeah.
Damn. Even that, and I'm probably the same size since high school. I ain't even now got high school clothes.
But,
well, I move a lot though. You have
I ain't moving.
But you just moved to Atlanta for 4 years. Let you tell it.
Yeah.
He lived in Atlanta for the past 4 years, y'all. I don't know.
I did. You saying it like I'm capping.
It ain't capping. I mean, it's like, yeah. You had, most of your months of the year. Yeah, most of, yeah.
Like for 9 months out of the year, I was down there.
Yeah, you're right. About 9 months, maybe.
That adds up to 36 months.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, yeah, I guess you could say I was hoarding my clothes. But, how you do one thing is how you do everything, I feel like. So one area affects other areas. Like, started with getting rid of clothes, now I'm like getting rid of shoes. I'm able to get rid of pictures in my phone. Like, I'm just looking around seeing what I don't need and, trying to get to the point.
Recommend that people should start like resetting their phones to like the factory settings more often. If you have like another device or like an iPad or something that you could like back up your whatever photos, whatever you want to it, and just starting fresh. I used to do that a lot in high school, especially when you had so much shit on your phone. I had an iPad at the time and my phone. You had so much shit on your phone, and back then, you can't just up and get a new phone. And them phones get to slowing down. The storage, get too much storage, they get to slowing down.
And I don't think they had that you could buy storage like they do now.
Yeah, so you had to get creative. So I used to often reset my phone back to factory, and whatever pictures or contacts or whatever little shit that I wanted to keep, I made sure I would like put it in my app or iDrop it, AirCloud, or what is that shit called? AirDrop it to my iPad. But yeah, I just did that with my phone actually. Just did that a couple days ago. Resetted it back to factory, and now it's all clear. No pictures, no messages, nothing. It's like I don't know nobody.
I never do that.
Messages popped up texting me. It said maybe, huh? I said, it's white. I mean, I like it clear like this. This is nice. This is nice. And then it's only a pain, but it's not a pain because I already now I'm an adult. Yo, I got all my every password. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I got it at. It's not in my phone though, but it's somewhere in like my crib somewhere. I got it somewhere where I wrote them down all my usernames, emails, and passwords to like you know, because you got all these apps and shit to pay all these bills and shit that I got. So you got to pay all these. So I got all that written down somewhere. So it is a pain having to go back and like just re-download certain. But you pick and choose what app, because I had so many apps that was on my phone that I don't even need. Yeah. So I'm just re-downloading the apps that I need. The bills, you know what I mean? My bank, you know what I mean? I didn't re-download Facebook, didn't re-download Messenger, left Snapchat out. I re-downloaded Instagram for business purposes to upload shit like this. And then I kept Twitter for my humor.
Twitter's hilarious.
Twitter's too hard to let go. I'm a real Twitter. So letting that shit go like a crackhead letting that dope go, that shit hard. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I'll give up Instagram before Twitter.
Woo! And that may be an unpopular opinion, but y'all could debate with y'all moms about that. I would definitely let go Instagram before Twitter any day of the week. 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. I'm sorry. Twitter, I don't do you like that. 10 out of 10, bro. Instagram ain't even competing with y'all. Instagram in its prime, though. Instagram when it first came, hit the scene.
No,
with the 15-second videos. That Instagram. You feel me?
No, Instagram don't make it enjoyable.
Nah, that shit a whole marketing scheme. We gotta talk about that. Alright, but you feel me? You answered it? You sure? Yeah. What's the last one?
What matters most in your life?
Oh, that's easy. My family. My son, Cash. My mom, fat girl. And myself. My progression. I was listening to a song. Oh, fuck. What was the song? I forget what the song was called. I'm mad as hell. But in the song, he was like, when don't nobody care. He said, I'm the only person who gives a fuck if I don't make it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm the only person who cares if I don't make it.
Yeah,
if I don't make
That's
it.
real.
That's some real shit.
You need to send me that, yeah.
Jeez, I'm gonna find that and send that to you, bro. Real shit. I heard that. I said, hold on, dog. I felt that, like, because that's how it feels, right? Like, even right now, like, yeah, I got a support system, but the only person at the end of the day who's gonna be upset and, you know what I mean, mad at night is me.
Swear.
Ain't nobody
I ain't
else
gonna be able to sleep.
Jeez, I ain't gonna be able to sleep. Ain't nobody else is gonna give a fuck. So you put that shit in perspective, you know what I mean? That's some more free game for y'all right there. But yeah, that's me.
Say what matters most in my life: God, my family, me, music.
Yeah. Music, that therapy. Music, my therapy for sure.
There's this Bob Marley quote, and it's like, when good music playing, you don't feel no pain.
No, real shit. You don't feel no pain. Just, I was watching something. This was interesting to me. So this guy he went on like a shroom journey, right? So he went to this like little facility, this little business, and you know they did shrooms, and it was a whole event. So like they make this a whole like event, and it's a big deal or whatever. So when I say it's a big deal, like they got the regulars who go every year that, you know, come and these niggas do shrooms, the real, you know what I mean? So he said he went, you know, and it was like a sound shroom experience. So as you take the shrooms, they're playing like different sounds at different like wavelengths and different tones, and you know what I mean, to tap into like different like nerves and feelings in your body while you you know, make you feel and see, and but it's all visual. I mean, not visual, but it's all audio. So you know, you just hearing all this shit, and you could see, you know, you seeing whatever you see from what you're hearing type shit. So he was like, it will start off, they start off soothe, but then they will get to like certain rooms where it'll be like real, almost like depressing to a sense. Like they set the tone to where it's red in the room. The music is, or the sound is real dark, and like the pianos is like dun dun. It's like one of those type shits. You feel me? And he's like, you would get to like tap. People would say they would see like in that room they would see like their dead mom, and they got to finish this like conversation that they had with their dead relative, or they got to see this person and they finished this off off of like the sounds, and whatever the sounds was able to tap in to them and on the inside, But I just found it interesting on how music like can just the impact of music, like, and the science of music, I guess you could say.
You wanna know
it's really insightful.
You wanna know how music is impactful?
How?
The Ronald Reagan administration removed the music instruments from public schools.
Oh yeah. And y'all do with that information what you will. It's been another episode of Jukebox Podcast, where music is king. It's your boy Lil Ty.
And it's your boy seventreterence.
Catch up with y'all next week, man.
Peace.